Greetings, Warrior fans. Welcome back to another exciting season of Waldorf Warrior Athletics. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to thank you for joining us for what's going to be a busy week of video as it's time for the seasons to begin. We're going to have previews this week of the upcoming football season. The football team kicks off at Briarcliff on Saturday. Preview for the volleyball season, which will get underway for the Warriors at Northwestern College on Friday and Saturday. And in today's video, we sit down with men's and women's soccer coaches, Lugo Arenas of the women's team, the brand new head coach, and Edgar Gonzaga, the head man for the independent champions, the Waldorf men's soccer team. Want to thank you fans for joining us. Stick with us this week for lots of video. And now it's time for the Warrior Weekly Show. Welcome, Warrior fans. Today we are joined by head women's soccer coach Lugo Arenas, the new head man for the Warriors women's program, and they are ready to get their season started. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd, they kick it off against William Penn. Lugo, how excited are you about getting the season started tomorrow?
It's nice to know that all the work we plugged in throughout preseason and even in the spring with the returners following up is finally just ready to get going and see what the new transition into the new era of Waldorf women's soccer is going. I mean, I'll say from the get-go, all the success that comes this year is through the ladies and their hard work, and anything that I can bring to it that's, I guess, a little extra, but majority of it is going to be all of them and all their hard work that they put towards to change the face of this program.
Obviously, people look at the roster, they're going to see just 13 players, not a lot of numbers for soccer. You've got 11 on the field at one time. How much of a challenge has the numbers issue created for you guys?
It's definitely been a big challenge, just fighting through adversity. I mean, some unfortunate things happening before, but I think it's the right group that we have here, and making sure the ones that did stick around are fighting for it, and they understand that. And team chemistry is at an all-time high right now, and they love being around each other, and it shows. I mean, even the enjoyment that they bring towards practice, team bonding activities. I think numbers obviously is always an issue, and we'll have to maintain health and make sure that nobody gets injured and stuff like that. But there's some key pieces that are nice to keep around and maintain at least the high emotion of what females can carry towards the game.
You guys had a scrimmage just this past week, a hot day. You only played with 9 players, and yet you guys were extremely competitive, and I mean, it was a very even, well-played game. This team has taken some nice leaps. Talk about how excited you are about what has changed and where you guys are going.
I think just finding the right fit for each player, knowing what they're good at, and playing towards their strengths. I mean, it'll be nice to get the rest of the players that we have eligible to finally have a full field of 11. But yeah, against Nyack, it showed a great progress going forward. And I mean, I think they felt that towards the end of the game. They didn't know what to expect, and I think finding the formation that worked best for that situation is fine. And it's nice to know that the ladies are behind me and understand what we're going through in the process of what it's going to take to get where we want to be in the future. But I think we've got the right pieces and we can plug them into the right place in a formation that should work for our best and with the numbers that we have. So it's looking forward to tomorrow and seeing what we can piece through and at least going forward to the next game and the next game.
Should highlight a few players. Talk about some of the returners. It's about 50-50 returners and newcomers. Who are some of the impact returners on this team?
I think it's just the leadership that Kat Stupino can bring, her high energy on and off the field. I think it's kind of spread onto the rest of the team, and knowing that they feel welcome from the newcomers and even the returners now. They understand that it's a different team, and the team bonding activities that we've brought towards, I think she feeds off of that to organize everything and make sure everybody needs to get where they should be. Finally, I think Chanel McCullough, she goes by Lily. She's looking forward to finally touch the pitch after being here for a while and not being eligible. So she's been excited and at least brings a lot of motivation going forward and a lot of creativity in what some of the ladies might lack. So it's been a strong suit of those two trying to lead the pack.
talk about some of the newcomers, some of the impact players on that side. I know starting right off, you got to talk about Darista in goal. I mean, obviously, she's going to have an impact.
Yeah, she had a great scrimmage against Nyack, came up big with a couple one-on-one saves and even just a big save to keep us at least maintained in the game. She's going to keep us alive in a lot of games, so Dritz is going to be one of the stronger students that we rely on, and we've talked about that, and she understands that. So I think she's bringing a lot of experience and leadership roles of what she's played in before. But it's exciting to see players like that mold into a system where you don't know anybody, and then you can jump in right away and take some leadership in the back line.
Anybody else out of the newcomers that you're really pleased or surprised with?
I think the leadership that Bailey Russell brings in the back line also as well. She's played with the Ritz at a junior college level, so they kind of have that bond, but I think she's been a good fit on the back line to at least talk through some players and where they need to be, and already it shows that they feel comfortable taking criticism from her, and because they know it's for the better. And then Felicia Lucero as well, trying to bring in some pace into the midfield and organize a little bit more experience and stuff like that. So there's definitely some names coming out there that people will find out about, hopefully sooner than later.
Obviously, we could talk about the weaknesses, but I mean, there's one big weakness, and it's going to be numbers. So let's talk about what this team's going to be doing well on the field to make you guys competitive. What do you think will be the strong suits of this team?
I think the organization and just the chemistry that they carry on. They understand what the situation that we're in, and they know right away from day one, fighting through adversity. I mean, even some of the teammates that we anticipated coming back, not being able to make it, not being able to make things work for them to be here with us. But I think it's understanding the situation that we're in and knowing that the numbers we do have are the ones that are important. So it's working with that, and like I said, finding the right things that need to work. Obviously, we'll maintain health and stay healthy and do the right things of where we need to be. And on the field, obviously, it's important, but making sure that things off the field in the classroom are going well, just because academics are high and they're what we're here for. So.
How excited are you? I mean, it starts tomorrow, your first season as the head man, first season with this team. How excited will tomorrow be emotion-wise for you?
Definitely some jitters. I mean, even before preseason got going, it was nice to know that whatever happens, it's my show to run. But that being said, I think I've gotten pretty lucky with the group of people that I'm surrounded with, whether that's the staff here at Waldorf or the players that we have. It's welcoming, but like I said, there's some jitters. There'll be some jitters before the game gets kicked off, and hopefully those go away by the time the whistle blows.
I want to remind fans the team will be at William Jewell tomorrow, Wednesday, and then the home debut on Saturday, 3 o'clock out at Bolstorff Field. Come on out. This team is very exciting. It's going to be a fun-filled year. I think it's going to be a successful year for you guys. Having just watched a few scrimmages from the ladies, fantastically strong team. They're going to put on a good show. So come on out. I want to thank you, Lugo. Good luck this season. Good luck tomorrow, and thank you, folks, for joining us. Welcome back. The second half of our soccer debut video for you fans, and we're joined by Independent Association of Institutions head champion coach Edgar Gonzaga. Ready for another season. Congratulations last year, coach.
Thank you.
Talk about the excitement kicking off tomorrow at William Penn, the season opener.
Yeah, no, we're excited. Obviously, we got a lot of new guys coming in. William Penn beat us last year. I think it's the second game of the season, so it's a good way to, start the season up and hopefully, get a good result.
Obviously, banner hanging on the wall here in the soccer office. You guys, the defending champions, you went to nationals last year. How exciting is it going into the season? I guess going to be a team with a target on your back.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. We have a very tough schedule. We have about 5 ranked teams in the nation. So some of those teams are we play against back to back. So it's gonna be tough. But I think I'm very excited that the boys that are coming in already know what the standard is. Already knows what we've done, and they come from very good programs, whether transfers or high schools. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring to the table. And obviously, our aim is to defend our title and get back to nationals and get over that first round hump. And ultimately, I think at the end of the day, we want to push as far as we can go. Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned newcomers coming in. Let's talk about some of the newcomers. Who is going to be impact players who will make a big splash for the team that's going to be new?
Yeah, I think one for most are some of the new guys, attacking mid-wise. Jonathan Guzman, he's a transfer from Northeastern State University. Very, very good on the ball. Has good vision, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. Others, Careless from NEO out there in the Joplin area. The transfer as well, center back, big guy. Looking forward to hoping that he can replace Jacob Harris as well as somebody that last year's senior that we've lost. So I'm looking for him to step in there and give him that leadership role as well. We got new goalkeepers as well, Raul, Joao. Both of those boys are transfers. One's from Francis Mariana and the other one's from Cali Community College out there in Arc City in Kansas. So, big goalkeeping group out there. So very excited for those guys coming in. And, we got a bunch of new guys. So I think everyone's going to bring a different flavor and a different style that's going to help us and just going to boost us up a little bit.
Talk about some of the returners. I mean, obviously you lost the offensive player of the year, and Jean, you lose the defensive player of the year. And so how do you fill this roster with leadership from a team that won a title?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously those are two big guys that we're missing. Jacob was the defensive player of the year. Well all around. Gene, scored about 11 goals for us. Obviously we're going to miss those guys, but I think it's a good opportunity for the boys that are coming back, especially that were there for the team last year, to step up into that role, and that's what we expect them to do. We have Rodrigo coming back. He's playing a little bit higher now, trying to take over that Gene role. So we'll get him more on the ball and have him a little bit more leadership role inside the field. We have Howard coming back on as well, and he knows the expectation to play lots of minutes for us last year. So again, we're looking for him to step up, and the other guy would be Athos, which is our other center back, very young boy. Now he's a junior, so he should be peaking up now, and looking forward to seeing what he can do back there as well. So.
Talk about a little bit about the strengths of this team. What will you guys do well on the field? What would be high-powered offense, stingy defense, or is it a combination of both, countering or what?
Yeah, I think overall, we try to improve day in, day out, both offensively and defensively. I think our main goal right now is to obviously score more goals than we did last year, defend and keep a couple more clean sheets than we did last year. I think the overall strengths, I think we have a lot of boys that are hungry. I think they want to showcase what they can do, especially with a big group of new guys, it's competition is great for us, in the training field. So, it's trickling down to who wants it the most, and I think that's something that we want in our team. It's something that I think is a very big strength. Everybody's hungry and everybody wants success, so we can go off and try to mesh that together. Yeah.
We talked with Lugo about the depth being an issue for them. Does having 30-plus players create a different kind of problem for you, or does it create that much competition that everybody's driven?
No, I think obviously I think it's a good problem. I think it's got to make sure that everyone is up to the standards. So the players that are maybe in the starting 11 can't feel comfortable because the people behind them are coming up. So again, we want them to create that competition within ourselves. I think it's obviously important for us to, if we want in the long run, especially we want to go make the same noise that we did last year. I think it's very important to go off and have that collectiveness and again competition as well. I think it's important.
You guys have had a couple scrimmages, just like Lugo's team, a chance to assess where the emphasis needs to be for work in the future.
Yeah.
Where are you focusing? What do you guys need to improve on, you feel like, right now?
Yeah, I think honestly with a lot of new guys, it's just clicking. It's just get together. But we're working on things, team bondings. We're doing everything together collectively as a group again. Constantly keeping these boys together, eating together, doing everything together to make sure that we click on and off the field. So I think that's something that we need to work on. Still not quite there yet, but again, there's a lot. It's a long season, so we hope to be peaking at the right moment, and then just kind of grabbing it and going with that. Yeah.
Obviously, the goal with no NSAA format, with not enough teams, the goal is all towards the AII. Georgia Gwinnett, obviously a huge powerhouse team who you beat on their field to win the title. How do you stack up? Is it going to be a matchup between you and Georgia again this year for the title?
Well, I mean, I think every team in our conference is pretty strong. You got Bellevue there that is fairly big, strong. Obviously, Georgia Gwinnett, big powerhouse, number 8 in the nation. Obviously, you got to look at those things as well. So I think between us three and whoever comes up on the other one, obviously we had a couple teams lead and go up to other conferences. But I think the competition is there. It's going to be tough to get back there and to do it all over again. But again, I think with the right mentality and the right way we prepare, we can go off and do it again. Yeah.
Last year you were the new coach coming in. You had those first game jitters and emotions. This year, a whole new feeling. You go into the season the champions.
Yeah.
Excited or nervous about starting the defending season?
No, I think very excited. I think it's more exciting. Just because I think you have a target on your back, and it's a good little way for me to challenge myself and to challenge these boys to make sure that we can go off and do it again. It's a new challenge, a new season. So again, we'll try to forget what happened last year as well. But always have it in our back of our mind. But again, we got to go off and do it again, because again, every single year is a new year, new teams come up on the rise. And as you saw last year in the national tournament, there was a lot of upsets. So again, our aim is right now to go back into that flow and start going back into the national tournament. I think that's our aim. Yeah.
I want to remind you fans, the men's and women's soccer teams, they're kicking off their season tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd, at William Penn, and then both in action Saturday, the home debut, a doubleheader. Come out, watch the ladies, and then the men taking on
we play Dakota Wesleyan.
Dakota Wesleyan, 5 o'clock at Bolsdorf Field this Saturday. Come out, 3 o'clock for the ladies, 5 o'clock for the men. I want to thank you, Coach.
Thank you
good
very
luck
much
this season, and good luck this week.
Thank you.